Welcome to the Money Savvy Parents podcast, the podcast for entrepreneurial parents to work towards becoming financially invincible to then pass that vital life skill down through the generations. I am your host, Laura, mother to 3 beautiful children and founder, financial strategist for Savvy Peacocks. Each week, we'll be delving into a new money topic to get you and your family more money savvy. Let's remove the taboo from money together. Hello, welcome back to my podcast, everybody. Great to have you here. Today, I thought I would share with you some of the things that I've learnt in the last year. It's recently just been my 1-year anniversary of running Savvy Peacocks, and to say I've learnt a lot has been a bit of an understatement. Do you know what? I previously in the bank, I helped businesses and thought I understood about running a business, and I supported staff who helped customers run their businesses, and I really thought I understood it, but I didn't at all. The good news, what I would say, is that it's been fairly easy to learn. There's been some great resources available to me. There's hundreds of books available. In fact, some of the sort of ones that have had the biggest impact, I would say, is Key Person of Influence by Daniel Priestley has been awesome. And that was a real game changer for me. And I think it gets you in a really good headspace when you're thinking about the bigger picture. So why did I decide to run a business? So basically what happened with me is I had the opportunity of redundancy. The bank were doing a restructure. And the minute I heard this news, it was a straightforward, I'm not going to stay in this organisation. I'd been for 20 years. I knew that if I stayed, it would be for another 20 years. And there were some things going on in my personal life at the same time, which I've talked about openly on the podcast with my amicable divorce. And I thought, do you know what? Why not? Let's switch things up. Let's change everything that's going on in my life right now. So decided to make the jump. And at that stage, I didn't know necessarily that I would be looking at running a business, but I knew that I wouldn't be able to go and work for another banking organisation, because I truly believe that HSBC is the best bank out of all of them. So I couldn't work for another banking organisation. So I started talking to the wonderful Catherine Morgan, who I'd worked with previously at HSBC, and I really admired her business that she'd built, everything she was doing, her podcast, her coaching, everything she was doing. And we got talking, and she sort of explained to me the potential. And something that I hadn't really realised before talking to Catherine is that when you're employed, you do have an income ceiling. You know, your job's, someone's only going to pay you so much to do your job. You might be, still have room to earn the maximum, still going to be a ceiling. Whereas when you are self-employed and you're running your own business, there really is no income ceiling. The earning potential is unlimited. Catherine introduced me to a couple of other entrepreneurs and business owners that were earning large sums of money that I never could have got to working at the bank. We're talking, £300,000-400,000 a year regularly. I never would have got to that in the bank. I wasn't that smart. So the earning potential was very exciting. But there were some things that I had to learn along the way. Now, one of the things that I was most concerned about starting a business is that I would feel lonely. When I worked at the bank, I probably knew 5,000 people. There could be at least 500 people that I could pick the phone up to and say, help, I need your support, and they'd be more than happy to help me. And I thought, who have I got in business to be able to do that? I thought it would be really lonely. But luckily for me, the pandemic hit and everybody went online. Everyone was networking online. Clubhouse has been awesome for making sure that I didn't feel lonely. And so all of a sudden, that wasn't a problem anymore, because I now have maybe not as many as 500, but a good 50 or so, if not more, people that I could pick up the phone to and say, I've got this problem, what should I do with it? or I need some help with this, or I'm struggling with this, or can I just sit on the phone and cry to you because this hasn't worked out? So I don't need to feel lonely in business. Absolutely, that's not been a problem. One thing I wish that I'd done was start my business sooner, because I learnt really early on that it takes time to build an audience. In actual fact, it probably took me a good 6 months, if not 9 months, to build an audience of people that are interested in what I have to say and what I'm talking about. And when I say build an audience, of course I mean social media. Whether you're going to run like a service-based business like I do, or whether it's going to be products, it's the same. You need an audience of people that are interested in your product or service. And something that I struggled to get my head around was, it's not just building the audience on social media, it's building the audience on social media and then taking them from social media into your email marketing. Because until you have their contact details, i.e. their email address or their phone number, they're not your audience. Because Facebook goes bust tomorrow, you won't be able to message them anymore. Instagram disappears, there's no sliding into people's DMs. So you have got to be able to have their contact details to say that you've got that sort of niche audience of people that are interested in what you have to say. Now, they might not ever read your emails, they might not open them even sometimes, but they are people that are interested in what you have to say, and they have to hear from you or touch base with you at least 20 times probably before they're going to buy from you. So, you need to just know that you've got their contact details, because if, as I say, if it all disappears tomorrow, then you won't have anything. Now, email marketing is something that I really struggled to get my head around for many reasons. I don't really like receiving emails. I don't often open them. But I would open them if I got to a point where I was thinking, oh yeah, I'm really struggling with that. I get that email from such and such every week. Perhaps I'll open it this week and see what they have to say. And it's a great way to share who you are, what you're up to. It's not an opportunity to be salesy. You can repurpose stuff that you're already putting on social media, so you don't have to keep sort of coming up with new stuff. So your email marketing is just another way of sort of touching base with those people that are sort of more interested in your life, your world. So I would say social media, they might like the look of what you do, the colours, the graphics that you're putting out, some of the things you might be saying, maybe your stories are funny. But when they're on your email marketing list, they've taken the time to add themselves to that email list. They've taken the time to get your freebie. So that would be a way for you to get people onto your email list, is offer them a freebie in exchange for their email address. So those people are, I would say, slightly hotter than your social media audience. Because I didn't enjoy receiving emails myself, I thought, well, why would anyone want to receive an email from me? But I can tell you that there are people out there that do enjoy receiving emails, that do respond to my emails every week, and really enjoy hearing my little synopsis of what's going on and my funny stories. So, don't just write yourself off. Don't sort of tarnish everybody with the same brush, because absolutely there are people out there that enjoy receiving those emails. In line with this, I would say consistency has been something that I've really had to learn quickly. You need to consistently show up, even if you don't feel like it. So it's important you have things lined up that you maybe pre-recorded previously, or you've put together previously, so for the times when you don't feel like showing up, you've still got something you can send out into the world. And when I say consistency, that doesn't mean every day. That means whatever your consistent is. So if your consistent is Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Sunday, then that's what it is. So showing up consistently and not stopping even when you get busy is really important, because obviously if you stop when you get busy, then you're not going to have that steady flow of people that you're networking with, or you're growing your audience. So keep that consistency going, and if you need some help with that when you get busy, then so be it. Outsource that to someone else to plan out or schedule. There's lots of people out there that would be able to help you do that. And in line with that, one thing that I've played around with lots and lots over the last year is a marketing strategy. But if you don't have a marketing strategy, then you're really just putting stuff out for the sake of putting stuff out. So having a clear marketing strategy around what kind of topics your audience would like to hear about, what their pain points are, what's important to them, and then mapping that out based on the types of people that are out there. And something that I've worked out that works really nicely is if you follow the insights algorithm. I don't know if you've heard of that, but there's some research that says there are 4 types of people out there that like to receive things in a different way, each and every one of them. So the 4 people are red people like me, who like to receive information very direct, very clear. I don't want all the fluffy stuff. I want to know how I can buy from you, what it is you're selling, how much it's going to cost me, how I can work with you. I want to know the facts, the black and white of it, and I want it to be quite direct. There are some people out there, blue people, that like to buy off those facts and figures. So they get very drawn into, 50% of people do this, that and the other. Are you in that 50%? Or did you know that 27% of people, blah, 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 blah. They like those facts and figures, and they often buy off of those facts and figures. So that's the blue people. Then you've got green people that buy off of testimonials and reviews. So you need to be putting out reviews and testimonials at least once a week. I've been told that Tuesday's the best day for that. I don't know how true that is. But popping your testimonials, your live reviews, if you can get some videos from your clients, then that's great, because those green people really buy from reviews, testimonials, recommendation, that kind of thing. And then the last types of people are your yellow people, who really buy from the story and the emotion that you're putting out to the world. So making sure that you're regularly putting out a story or a caption that leads back to your product or service, that's really pulling on the heartstrings, that may well just sort of click with somebody. They think, oh gosh, is she talking to me? Or, oh yeah, I had that example. Oh, I felt like that in the past. So they're the types of people that really get brought into a story and the emotion of it all. So hopefully that helps you to kind of start thinking about building a marketing strategy, because at the beginning I definitely wasn't doing that. Goodness me. When I look back, some of the posts that I did are just a little bit embarrassing to be, so please don't go back. But making sure you've got a clear marketing strategy is really important. So in summary, I would say there's nothing to be scared of running your business. I didn't need to worry about being lonely. Start as soon as you can to build an audience. Even if you're not even sure what you would offer right now, just start building your social media platforms, start putting out information about you and who you are and your hobbies and your interests, because that's a starting point. Start thinking about what freebie you might want to offer in order to get people on your email marketing, and choose your consistent. What is your consistent, so that you can make sure that happens every week, whether you're around or not, whether you're feeling up to it or not, it happens. I hope that helps. They're just a few of my little learns and hints and tips since running my business. I'm sure there'll be a whole host more in the next year, but I just really wanted to share that with everybody in the hope that maybe it helps somebody out there. I hope you have a fantastic day, whatever you're up to, and I look forward to having you back with me here on the podcast another day. Take care.
Thank you so much for listening to the Money Savvy Parents podcast. If you enjoyed today's episode, then please subscribe to be alerted to the new episodes. If you want to learn more about your relationship with money, then start off by taking my Money Languages quiz on my website, www.savvypeacocks.co.uk. Let's remove the taboo from money together.